images be remade on Twitter. Brooke Burke used to host Wild on E, where she would hit party. Yeah, it was great. Of course, she would go to rages and parties all over the world. And now she's got children, and she's sort of a real mom source. This modern mom business she has. She's got over 1.5 million followers of people who, same way Jenny McCarthy did it with books and autism, where people saw this completely different person. Brooke Burke did it through Twitter.
Do you ever use Twitter to share passion, to push causes not so much related to Access Hollywood, but something personal to you?
Absolutely. I look at it as a chance to show people another side. I mean, for anyone who watches Access Hollywood and has made up their mind about me, you know, there's a guy with great hair, or he's a dingbat, he doesn't know much, he reads a teleprompter, other than that he's an idiot. Because of the light material we have. You know, Twitter's a 360 opportunity. You get to show people wit, you know, your humor, you get to show them some depth, you get to send them a personal photograph. I mean, I just posted one a little while ago of my family, you know, my daughters together, and sometimes I'm a little wary about it, but then I said, you know what, no, I think people, and you get the most responses when you do something like that. I had mono, and I just, amazing how you realize the power of Twitter, and I was just like, I finally figured it out after a week. It's mono. Wow, guy my age with mono. Can't believe that. Send. 30 seconds later, my phone rings. It is our publicist at NBC going, what the hell? Hey, Jesus, you found out it was mono? I got 2 reporters who want to do an interview. Who do you want to do, USA Today or TV Week? I said, TV Week. Is it Joey Daly? He says, yeah. So I did. Next thing you know, I'm telling the story of how I got mono. I mean, it just, everything happens. I have rules. I'm developing rules about Twitter that I mean, look.
What are your Twitter rules?
No, Twitter. Well, you should follow these. Especially with the new Google deal. I mean, impulse lives forever. No TUIs. Yeah. Twitter under the influence is a terrible idea. If you have a cocktail and you start to feel good, put it down. Yeah. Put it down. Friends don't let friends is right. Put it down. If you have dreams of one day, or maybe you think you might, of running for president or anything else, be very careful. Have somebody screen your tweets. And if you Twitter once while driving, you have a serious issue. You got to put it once. I mean, everyone's texted while driving once, or it's terrible. You text sometimes, look at it into the screen. But Twitter is, the crack. 85% of people use Twitter on a mobile device. I mean, if you're using that thing while you're driving, because, well, the BlackBerry is called the Crackberry. I mean, this is like, Twitter is on steroids. I mean, it's that impulsive. So I do have a wonderful relationship with it, where I can break news and I can sort of share sides of me, but I also have issues with it. I mean, sometimes if I tweet an hour before bed, I can't sleep. I'm too jazzed up. I got to figure out what people are saying. What are they saying? Did anyone respond to that? Did they? It's like, how pathetic am I?
So
go to bed.
Do you ever follow people who respond to you with an reply, or you respond?
Yes. Yeah, I do. I really, my wife has got a new rule for me, and that's read. You must read a book. And she picks books for me, and I read for 20 minutes before I go to bed, so I can.
So how does Twitter really change the way you do your job? I mean, a year ago, a year and a half ago compared to now, is it that you're just more aware of everything that's happening, or you're more conscious of that you can't wait till 7:30 to break news and to share stuff? And where does that line break?
It's inevitable. I mean, it's not a choosing. If you don't embrace it, you're dead. But I've chosen to not only embrace it, but to love it.
And for your radio show, how do you use Twitter for radio?
Twitter, oh my God, it's great on radio. Forget phone calls to a radio show, because I confession, I pre-tape my syndicated radio show in the morning. But if I have something I want to talk about, like tonight I'm going to go see Michael Jackson's This Is It before it opens tomorrow, and if I see people I know there, or folks in town, I'll send out on Twitter, hey, who saw it last night, who's seen any, give me a call, here's the number. So I put my radio studio number out on Twitter like crazy whenever I have a topic, and people call in. I'm like, hey, here's Gladys in Manitoba, here's here's someone calling from London, and if you're listening, you realize I'm not syndicated in London. But because of Twitter, you're syndicated everywhere.
You get the voice of the world.
You get the voice of the world. So, positives. Twitter is entirely a positive unless you can't handle it. I love the fact that I had Miley Cyrus on the radio the other day. And I was talking to her and looking at my TweetDeck account. And I see someone talking about Miley Cyrus having swine flu. I said, hey, Miley, Well, I have you here. How's that swine flu? And she said, what? Oh, I don't have swine flu. I just had this terrible strep and this, that, and the next thing. And boom, there's a big story, and you release it, and you talk to Miley on Twitter, and out it goes. She recently bailed on Twitter, and
Is she coming back?
she's not coming back. Although her father got on Twitter and said, come on, come back. Isn't that amazing? Dad's saying, she's saying, no, I need to go away, and I need to be, private life. I'm 16 years old. I'm finding myself, like me, getting up in the middle of the night wondering what's going on my social networking site. Dad wants her back because the fans kind of miss her, and she couldn't handle it, so she went away. And I think that's probably a good idea. Twitter in balance. But
Moderation.
in Twitter, in moderation, and never under the influence. If you have any questions about celebrities on Twitter or that world, certainly take them. If not, I will get us closer to 140. Anyone else in the world of famous people and Twitter? You've been terrific. Huh? No.
You want to be?
I will.
We'll hook you up.
Yeah. That's the next step. What's that? Okay, cool. Hey, will you do me a favor? At Billy Bush, give me a little love. I'm trying to build this thing. Get it going. A little love. There's like people with millions in here. I bow down to you. All right, thank you so much. That's the Oscar music. You're not.